Welcome to another Axanar After Dark. I'm your host, Jefferson Kelly, along with Alexander Richardson and JP, Justin Poole. Thank you for joining us tonight. Unfortunately, Cheeto will not be able to make it. We are hoping to have Alec here momentarily. So, you know what I want to do?
What's that?
I need to make some extra money. And we were just talking about OnlyFans before we went live, and
mostly what we talk about before every show.
I wonder if I could make a killing doing that. Probably not. I don't know.
There's a fan base for everybody out there,
but I'm not pretty enough. That's the problem.
That's where you're going wrong right there. Everybody is pretty enough because there's an audience out there for everybody. Whatever you are, there's somebody that likes it.
I sure hope so.
Warhammer and sex toys.
Yes.
That's a niche right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very specific niche. I would believe.
Same as the knockoff website Only Dan's. Only people named Dan can join.
Well, I'm out already. That's not my name. Hey Jefferson, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Because it's going to be happening here in a second, I'm sure anyway. When is the Axanar movie coming out?
You son of a bitch. I knew you were going to do something like that. Subscribe to the newsletter. That's here. I think I've got a little thingy to put on the bottom for the newsletter. I just got to find that. But
there's also an audience for little thingies on OnlyFans.
End of summer is... what we've been getting from Alec on some of these updates. Where is, and it figures as soon as I start looking for the thing for the newsletter, I can't find that. I know I've seen it, but slide. Here we go. Okay, maybe this is it. No, it's not. All right, subscribe to the newsletter. When you guys put the link in the chat for that for me, please.
Yeah, somebody's got it. You got to subscribe to it.
Yes.
Get your subscription going. It tells you all the info, answers all the questions or most of the questions. And I want to shout out to Sentai Ranger Donnie. I saw Ranger Donnie earlier today. I had a live stream on my own channel talking the Orville. Took a little break from work, came home, did a live show, and then went right back to work. And then I came right back here. I barely made it in time for this show because traffic be heavy right now.
Really?
Yeah.
How bad was it?
Man, I guess there was an accident. I was out in the country.
Well, that's your first problem.
I know. We got to go there sometimes. And I was easy 5 minutes from home, but then there was so much traffic. It took like 15, 20 minutes to get home. Just cars after cars after cars. I think there was an accident or something like that.
So everyone does. Yeah, everyone has to look, come up alongside, and
they had police like directing traffic, things like that. It was an official to do.
We call those people rubberneckers here.
Yeah, here too, rubberneckers.
I mean, one of Britain's second worst motorway or freeway, as you would call it, pileup happened within minutes of the worst because rubberneckers.
Oh, yeah. And they'll slow down, stop, and then all of a sudden the people that aren't rubberneckers run right into them. Mm-hmm. Or they were rubbernecking as well, but going too fast, and they didn't see the car in front of them.
Exactly. They're rubbernecking as well, but they're not lifting off the gas, and bang.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I wish that wasn't a thing, but I think, we're all guilty of doing it.
Now, does that happen in space?
No. Does that happen in space? Is there rubbernecking in space? I wonder.
Is there plenty of room where it's not a problem?
Well, it's not called space for no reason. There's a lot of space.
There's a lot of space. There's more of it than not. Timothy Rigney has a question for us, you guys.
Yeah, let's hear it, Timothy. Go ahead and ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead and ask a question about Star Trek Discovery.
Ooh, Discovery.
I like getting questions on Star Trek stuff because it helps keep me sharp on Star Trek. So
helps keep you in the universe. People do that with Orville with me all the time, and it helps keep me in the the Orville universe, which is very similar to the Star Trek universe.
I know
Right,
an
yeah.
embarrassing amount of factoids for Star Trek.
Yeah.
If there was a Star Trek trivia night somewhere, I'd tell you what, I think I would clean up.
There is a board game called Seen It. You've
Yep.
probably heard of it.
I've seen that.
There's a Star Trek version.
Yep.
I've played it exactly once, and I completely trounced a full board of Trekkies, and I was holding back. Embarrassingly, I was holding back. I was intentionally forgetting the answers, and I still wiped the board with them. They've not invited me back since.
Oh, wow. Okay, Timothy's question is in. Why isn't Nami? Is it supposed to be Naomi? Yeah, Naomi Kyle doing the Ready Room anymore? And why have all of her interviews been deleted from Amazon Prime?
Oh, that's probably a contractual thing. I'm guessing they just don't have the contract anymore. The rights for it, so off it goes.
I hate to show my ignorance here, but I'm drawing a blank on who Naomi Kyle is.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's. I mean, the Ready Room is on after Discovery, but I wouldn't say that was a Discovery question.
Right.
I've never watched the Ready Room, although I know that Will Wheaton does a really good host.
You get some good info on Ready Room sometimes, and some good next week on like preview scenes and things like that.
I don't want that otherwise, because these previews often give away too much.
Yeah. Well, they always warn you. They say if you don't want to watch it, tune away for a second.
Yeah, I don't watch previews because I would rather be surprised and see things then. I did the same with 24 when that used to be on. I would never watch the previews for an episode.
Nope. Anytime I'm watching any kind of show and it said next week, I skip that.
Yep.
Look who it is.
We're getting a bit of feedback.
Yeah, Alec, a little bit of echo from you. Are we on your car audio?
I'm not sure you can hear us.
Die, Wesley, die. I see that in the comments.
Bear with us. Yeah, Brian Simpson's no fan of Wesley.
Sweater boy. I had an ex that always called him Sweater Boy because he always wore the sweaters.
Terribly 80s sweaters.
Oh, really?
No, it was like the 23rd century. What are you talking about?
Well, he had a penchant for 80s style, let's just say that.
Yeah.
Or
is it 24th century?
Or either that, everybody else in the crew had reprogrammed his replicator so it would only pump out 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they were playing a joke on him.
Yeah.
Hello, Alec.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're doing good. How about you?
I'm driving in the middle of nowhere in Georgia.
Oh, well, that's not good. So JP was driving around out in the country, and now you are. You guys are just risking life.
No. See, he's the reason why JP had traffic.
That's right. I was stuck behind him.
He's just driving around aimlessly.
That's it. No, I got to. We had a cat that got a what we call TNR. You trap, neuter, and release a cat. For outdoor cats, so they don't replicate. So I'm doing it. I'm delivering this cat back to the girl who trapped it. So there you go. So that's what I'm doing. After a day of activity, this is how I get to spend 2 hours of my night. Driving an hour to drop off the cat and driving the hour back. So.
All right.
How you guys doing? Good?
That's dedication. That is dedication.
Doing pretty good.
Just doing the whole streaming thing.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do the horizontal, though, here on Stream. So I'm using the StreamYard app for the first time. and I can't see it. It turns upside
It just
down.
keeps it that orientation. Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's like when you go horizontal, it goes upside down. I don't know.
On your phone, do you have it unlocked, that portrait mode unlocked, where things will flip when you turn it?
I don't even know how to do that.
If you have an Android phone, and how to do that. If you're on an iPhone, then
No, I'm on an iPhone.
oh, okay, yeah, that
Well,
I'm not sure.
We got an Axanar question for Alec. It's a question he gets often, but it's from Timothy Rigney, and he says, an Axanar question: will there be a movie out any space-time continuum soon? An Axanar movie.
So, of course, the answer is no movie. We get to make 2 more 15-minute episodes, which will be out later this year. They're in post-production now. We finished with principal photography back in February, and so we're in post-production and very excited. So very, very, very excited about. And JP can tell you he visited for a while.
Yeah, I was there. Jefferson was there. I'm pretty sure you were there too, Alec. I think I saw you a couple times.
Probably.
Yeah, Alec was always rushing around, getting things people had questions, needed help with things done, needed confirmation. They were all coming after him, and he was there to handle it all, and he did so with aplomb.
And eating cookies on the set.
You mean this?
I didn't.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. Sorry, we had a cookie chat before we went live, so that I've still had cookies in my head. Mr. Biscuits.
I know you call it, but don't you call them biscuits? Don't you call cookies biscuits over there? And
we have both. We have both.
Yeah.
What's the difference to you? This is a good Star Trek question.
Biscuits are generally softer, and cookies are generally crunchier.
Gotcha.
And have a more rough texture to them as well. They're biscuits are more formed and molded, and cookies are they're basically like you've dropped the batter onto the plate and then cooked it that way.
All right, so soft batch is basically biscuits, and then regular Chips Ahoy are cookies.
Right.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
say
know.
that. Yeah.
I don't know if I can trust someone that calls fries chips and chips crisps. That's kind of suspect. So
well, you got it from us.
we
invented the chip.
Nope.
We
We originated it.
No.
We invented vodka. We invented the chip.
Oh yes, you invented space and you invented the moon. And you won the war twice, yes. And
We invented cookie crisps.
I will say that now I have not had. I don't know if I've had fries or chips, as you call them, in Scotland, but I have in London, and then they tend to be what we would call steak fries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big,
Yeah.
thick ones. Which again, I'm a guy that if I'm gonna, I don't partake in French fries often just because of the fried nature of them. But if I do, I prefer to be well done. I like crunchy French fries.
Yeah.
Chips, whatever. And that's why I'm a big fan of Wendy's. Wendy's are usually pretty good fries. I find that, and so over there when you get fish chips, usually they're pretty damn tasty.
Wendy's does have good fries. I like Wendy's fries. McDonald's has always had good fries.
I wonder how if Neelix has a French fry recipe.
Yeah, did we ever see him with a fryer? Did we have a fryer back then?
He'd probably have to, like, he was doing a lot in the wok. And I don't know if you can do fries in a wok. It doesn't sound
You can. But it wouldn't be French fries as we know them. Leola root would be involved somehow.
They'd be stir fries.
Yeah, maybe air fries. maybe Neelix has an air fryer. We just got it. Crystal and I just got an air fryer.
Oh, they're a game changer. You got to put broccoli in there. It's delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Broccoli, huh?
Yeah, just put some broccoli florets. Yeah, put some florets in there. Turn it on. They come out so crispy and wonderful, and a wonderful flavor.
I'm sure you put a lot of butter on them too.
No, I don't. but I'm sure
Broccoli
other
and butter
people
is
do.
good.
Yeah.
I might have to get an air fryer. I have a feeling I have one, but maybe I don't. But so air fryers are good.
It's the closest thing to a replicator you're ever going to get.
Yeah, we got we were looking at Costco for a month or so, and one came on sale at Costco for like $80. And we're like, okay, $80, that's the price.
Mm-hmm.
So we got
That's
it.
pretty
and,
good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good price because usually they're in the 150 to 190 range.
Yeah.
This was a good one. It was like $40 off. We're like, okay. So yeah, so we've used it. I've used it for a couple things so far, and yeah, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So, so anyone have it? JP, I should ask you, unless you've talked about it already. What is the word on the Orville?
Oh, we haven't talked about it yet. That's what I did. I rushed home to do a live show earlier today because it's been confirmed. To me, it's not a public thing yet so that you can click on.
Also, here's the scoop.
But it's a scoop. The Orville, and I'm getting this from the tippity top out there, has been picked up for a 4th season.
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Yes.
But there's nothing to click on yet to double check my words. I'm the source at this point.
All right,
but
you are the source.
Yeah. Oh, and there's one other cool Orville thing. On September 24th, the Orville is releasing a new product available to everyone to purchase, the Guide to the Orville, ECV 197, written by Andre Bormanis, and it goes in depth. Everything Orville, everything about the ship, the universe, everything going on, and it comes with a really awesome, in-depth schematic of the entire ship, as well as some other cool bits and bops, and it's just a really cool looking book.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it online, and I know you and I chatted about it. I'm all about that. I'm excited.
Yeah, there's no, I don't see anywhere to get a pre-order yet, but when there's a link to do pre-orders, I'll be sending it out to everyone who wants to get that pre-order, because people are going to want this thing, especially since it's going to help really promote the new season coming up, because I'm sure it'll still be a little while before we get the 4th season.
JP, how's our writing going, buddy?
Well, I've been doing the whole outline thing so I could put all my thoughts together, but I'm going to keep going in depth into that outline and really put it together well. And I might write some side character stories that probably won't even be in the script, but just to know the characters better. So that way when it comes...
Tell me what you got.
Well, I don't know what I can go in depth about. I got characters written. And I'm sure there might be a couple characters that come out of nowhere as the writing process is going through. But we got the synopsis, we got the characters list, I got the outline. I just don't know what I can give away. But I can say, and you already know this, it's a cultural contamination story. Basically, for Star Trek, it's kind of a Prime Directive story.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. So
yeah, right now it's just all about development, so I can have a perfect story then I have a perfect outline with a lot of stuff going on, so I can easily write the thing once it's all put together.
That sounds pretty exciting too.
It's been fun to think about. I keep getting more and more ideas. I'm like, oh, do this as well. Oh, this will lead to this. And I'm also bringing in some storylines from the Orville comic book world, that also will tie into the live action world. It's a big
pretty
universe.
nice. Yeah.
I hope so. It might suck. I'm writing it.
A quick question. Do we know if Orville season 4 is going to be on Hulu, or has that been determined?
That hasn't been given out yet, but I assume it'll still be on Hulu. I'm assuming that's who picked it up. It's just probably easier that way. They're just waiting for some contractual obligations to be fulfilled. And once those contractual obligations, Hollywood stuff, is fulfilled, then it's like, okay, Orville time. And I know they're looking to start it ASAP as soon as contracts obligations are fulfilled.
Now, weren't all of the sets struck already?
A lot of the sets were struck. Some of it was put in the storage, but not all of it because there was so much stuff. They told me it was going to cost like $200,000-$300,000 a month just to keep it all in storage. So some of it was put in storage, some of it was struck. So they're going to have to rebuild a bunch of stuff. But it's a whole new season, a whole new thing. So I'm sure that was part of the plan anyway.
Gotcha.
That is a lot of money to store sets.
Yeah, costs a lot of money. Everything in Hollywood costs a lot of money. That's why a lot of stuff that happens in Hollywood doesn't make sense to us, the simple people out there who don't understand this whole huge interconnected spider web of Hollywood and movie land stuff that's going on out there. It's beyond us.
They're just swimming in money. I mean, it's the amount of money that changes hands out around there is ridiculous. That's the kind of money I need. I wish I had.
I'll just have a little piece of some Hollywood money.
Really? Yeah. Maybe
just
we'll
a little
make
piece
it big.
Will be enough.
We'll make it big as podcasters and streamers and fan film creators, and we'll be out in Hollywood.
I just want my job to be being JP. That'd be an awesome job to have.
That sounds like a movie, Being JP.
Yeah, Being JP. John Malkovich might have a cameo in the movie, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe John Malkovich can play you.
Yeah. Oh, he can do it. If anyone can do it, he can do it.
Who would be JP in the JP biopic?
Oh, goodness.
Zach Galifianakis.
I was just going to say.
Or Zac Efron.
I don't think so. No,
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It kind of clicks.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, she could play me.
She plays everything else. Might as well.
Yeah, might as well just put a hat on her, maybe a fake beard. Boom, you're good to go.
If it's made by Netflix, it would have to be someone like Halle Berry.
That's true. But we're not going to give a contract to Netflix at all.
They'll cancel halfway through.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to Peacock, see what they think. You don't have Peacock over there. Where do you guys get your NBC shows over across the pond?
Probably if something like Amazon Prime picks it up.
And that's your only hope?
Probably. We don't have any dedicated US TV show streams here. It's sometimes something will come on, like maybe one of the terrestrial channels will buy it and show it.
Well, do you need that?
Yeah,
do you need that? Because we can send some democracy over. we can get you set up.
I think it was the BBC. They showed Band of Brothers when it was brand new. So they bought the show, and that's how we got to see it. So we got to see it without ads.
I think Sternbaum all figured it out. Henry Cavill. That's who's going to play me. I that's the one. You got it. You got it, Stern.
If he was a little younger, I would have suggested John Goodman. Yes, John Goodman.
I'll play John Goodman. I don't know John Goodman can play me, but yeah. Roseanne.
Band of Brothers. That was a good show.
Yep, Storm. I actually have Nordby.
Yeah, now, do you guys have you gotten Masters of the Air over there yet?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on Apple TV. Honestly, they announced it just as I canceled my Apple TV subscription. I'm like, oh, come on now. Because Apple TV had like two things that I was interested in, and I was bored watching them over and over, so I just cancelled. Especially when I said, right, you're no longer paying $9.99, you're going to be paying $15.99.
Oh, yeah, that's getting too high.
Cancelled.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, we've got Masters of the Air. I watched it by other means.
Yeah.
As soon as there's any physical media available, I will support it by buying it because I actually enjoyed it.
Now, for
pretty good.
those of us that don't know what it's about, I'm sure it's obvious, but what is Masters of Air?
It's basically follows the 100th bombardment wing through World War II.
Okay.
The bloody 100.
B-17 wing.
B-17s.
Bloody 100s. Yeah.
Yeah. They get a few things wrong, but it's a show. It's a TV show.
Yeah, they got to add some drama and some changes here and there.
I saw some people pissing and moaning on YouTube shorts about it, saying, "Oh, the fighters never flew that close to the bombers." Yeah, I know, but we've got a TV screen, and everything needs to fit into the TV screen. If you were to show it, if you were to film it exactly how it was, it would be boring. Bomber, that's it. That's all you see.
Right.
Or maybe a jet trail, jet stream above, not jet stream, contrail. There you go. Of the fighters even higher up zigzagging, but it would be boring. So they put them all together for visual interest, and
it's called movies.
I must admit, hairs on the back of my neck stood up when you see the P-51s finally join the formations. It's like, absolutely, go.
Yeah, or whoever made that short probably has other shorts that says, "Oh, there's no proof that Wookiees exist. This movie's unrealistic."
Well,
Talking about that, I saw one guy go completely nuts about one of the Star Wars sequel movies, where the Death Star it's on the planet and Rey's going through the wreckage. And he's like, "Oh, no way would that door have power!" I'm like, "Dude, we're watching a movie with space wizards and laser swords and pew-pews, and you're taking umbrage on a door that can still open."
Really, the door is bothering you.
The door is bothering you. They're also standing with the deck kind of at 40 degrees.
But the force is okay.
Yeah.
That gets a pass.
And they can communicate over vast distances with the force. And even fool someone to think that they're actually in front of them.
Yeah.
But you're taking umbrage with the door.
That was a fun. By the way, guys, I gotta go. I may be back in a little bit, but I gotta meet my friend and drop off a cat.
You drive safe. Be careful with that cat. They like to scratch and bite.
It's in the trunk in a trap.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. All right, you take care. All right, we'll see you.
My brother, when I was moving house one day, but I still had to work, my brother decided, I'll do something nice for you. And unannounced, he went to my old place, grabbed my two cats, put them in a wicker basket, put them in his car, and transported them to the new place. Unfortunately, he didn't do the wicker basket up properly. And it allowed the lid to just shift, and then the cat could slink through. And then started pinballing off all the windows.
Oh, wow. Did it end up landing on your shirt? Is that your cat on your shirt?
No, this is the shirt that my sister got me for my birthday. So I just happened to be wearing it today, and it's got it's thematic because it's got a. Can you see that?
There you go. Cat.
It's thematic.
I like watching cat videos. You ever watch these cat videos on Instagram, stuff like that? Cats are freaking funny. I mean, it's just the stuff they do.
Yep, they are. To me, they're the superior species. They've kept me sane throughout 2 lockdowns, and they keep me company. And they don't smell of wet dog.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad smell right there. Though the smell of a litter box isn't much better.
As long as you keep up with it, you're fine.
Yeah.
Or you use proper litter, then it's good. Cheap litter, not so good.
No, cheap litter, cheap smells.
Oh, this is funny. Sturm says, "I would have thought a grandmother gave you that shirt."
Yep.
That is.
She probably would have.
Yeah.
But no, my sister got it to me. She says, "I saw that and I went, I can't not buy you that."
Brave man wearing a cat shirt.
I have a Star Trek question for both of you guys.
Okay.
What is, and this is all encompassing all series and films, what's the last episode of Star Trek that you watched?
I literally just finished watching the one where Nick Locarno and Wesley Crusher, they have that problem where they try to do that COVID starburst. First Duty.
Oh, there you go.
I watched that yesterday.
Now didn't that have a not actual Tom Paris, but the character that inspired Tom Paris in that episode?
He looks the same. Can't you see it? He's right there in front of us.
He has a different name.
Yeah. Well, so the
I think they couldn't use the name because they didn't want to pay the guy who wrote the episode.
Yes,
the girl. I think
the writer then.
What was her name? She was a huge Star Trek writer.
Why do I want to say Jerry Taylor? I don't think that's
it's not
who
it.
wrote Nick Locarno.
No, but she was the producer on Voyager. So that's why you want to say Jerry Taylor.
Right.
But
yeah. They didn't want to pay the royalties to use Nick Locarno, so basically it's the same person, just different name.
Just a different name. Yep.
Oh, we got you might want to click on Stephen Ross's contribution there.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Of course, Wookiees exist. Yep.
So here's a question that I want to ask you, JP. Well, to answer yours, the most recent episode of Star Trek that I watched was the last episode of Discovery, the one that was on last week with the time spider. So yeah, that was that one.
The time spider, man. I don't know. Do I want to watch Discovery in 2025 when I start watching again? I don't like the name. The title.
It's a very typical Star Trek episode, actually. If you ask me, very typical Star Trek episode.
Okay, well that'll work. If it's really got the Star Trek vibe down, nothing wrong with the time spider.
Yeah,
it's a plot device. To be fair, that's what it is.
JP, here's one for you from Wilhelm Sowers. Is the Orville going to avoid time travel? Personally, I sure as hell hope they do.
I don't know if they would, because they're kind of in the briar patch now. Because season 1 we had we kind of invented time travel a little bit with this banana, and then in season 2, after Isaac and John were messing with the Aronov device, they actually pulled someone from the past into the present. And then ended up changing the entire universe, and we got a whole multiverse out of it, a mirror universe, basically. And then in season 3, we had legit time travel.
Yeah.
So I think season 4, maybe they'll have even a bigger time travel story. Time travel's fun as long as you don't think too hard. And the sandwich came back.
Yep. What was it again? Was it a tuna sandwich? I can't remember.
No, egg salad sandwich.
Egg salad sandwich.
No, you can't. Bologna won't travel through time.
No, it doesn't do too well.
Yeah, it's too nasty. Even the time stream doesn't want it.
Had better luck time traveling a Twinkie.
Yeah, that's no problem. Twinkie, sure.
Twinkie, you can just put it in a box and forget about it, and 200 years later, it's still good.
Yeah, that's time travel, just at real time.
I think that it's been all but proven that the Twinkies do not go bad.
I have no idea. They say that.
I think as long as you keep it in the wrapper, I believe. Like, it's one of those things that everything expires, even if it's unopened. But like unopened Twinkie,
I know why a Twinkie doesn't go bad.
There's nothing natural in it.
About it.
No, it never goes bad because it was never good.
Oh, blasphemy!
Ding dongs all the way.
Have either of you seen Mortal Engines?
No.
I saw it a long time ago. I remember cities rolling around. It just became available on something.
Yeah, because it's I can't remember how far into the future, but it's a considerable amount of years, and one of the main characters is eating Winkies. Because
Winkies.
because the tea has rubbed off the packaging.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, and so they found a way to get around using Twinkies, the logo, by doing that, but also it makes sense.
Winkies.
Yeah.
Winkies.
It's Winkies or just Winky, maybe because I think the outer edges of the packaging is completely worn away. But you know what she's eating.
Yeah, and they're still good. They don't go bad.
Still perfectly fine. I thought that's nice. That's not.
Yeah, Mortal Engines. I thought it was an interesting idea. These cities on wheels.
So did I.
I mean, it would never happen in real life. It's unrealistic, but all the best movies are.
Yeah.
Not that this is the best movie. It was just a fun watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty good. It's if you start going about talking about realism, then a lot of stuff that we watch really wouldn't work.
Yeah. Why do people have things sitting down on tables? Aren't they just going to roll off? Don't you have to have everything buckled down?
There's no up in space. Yeah, but if you see two ships meet each other like that, it looks a bit dorky. So
yeah, so they're always right at the level when really it should be whatever direction they want to have it. Maybe there's like a special space compass so that everyone knows what time it is according to this device. They know which way is up according to this device, and they all just live by it.
Sentai Ranger Nani, you bring up a good thing. You just mentioned Rebel Moon Part 2. If you guys haven't seen that, I would definitely recommend it. It's out now on Netflix.
Part 2 is already out. I've not.
Yeah, Part 2 is out.
Not even watched Part 1 yet because all my friends keep on saying it's gash. That's British.
Watch it, but watch it, and so that way you.
Oh yeah, I'm going
to kind of have your own opinion on it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I like the first one. I like the second one. I think it was a good watch. I haven't heard any. I know the first one got a lot of comparisons to Star Wars, which
wasn't it supposed to be a story that was originally going to be in the Star Wars universe, but they couldn't get the pitch to be accepted.
I don't know.
So they just went, you know what? We'll change some of the names, and suddenly you've got your all.
If you try hard enough. If you try hard enough, anything can be from about or from Star Wars. It's like that's. Let's stop making
no Rebel Moon.
Oh.
But that's JP. I don't know. We might have to give you a demerit for that. Go to your room. Go to your room.
You need to mute him for 10 minutes.
That's fine. I'll go have a Twinkie.
I mean, hell, at some point they're going to start saying that A Christmas Story could be compared to Star Wars.
It's basically the same movie.
Right.
Remember when Luke shot his eye out, but it really was when his hand got cut off. That was the losing his eye part from A Christmas Story.
Right.
He'll cut your hand off.
Yeah, what's with that? In Mortal Engines, the Brits are the baddies.
Because it's believable.
And everywhere else, the Brits, even one of the Mission Impossible films, okay, he was actually Scottish. And they actually got a Scottish guy to do the Scottish guy, which was...
What? That's meta.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. It's like how...
Well, if Mortal Engines was made by Americans, Brits were probably the bad guys. First off, it's just safe. You're not going to piss anybody off, really.
Right.
Because we do it so much. And two, we're still mad at you guys. charging that much for tea. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Taxing our tea.
We haven't gotten over that.
I haven't.
That was a lot of tea. That was a lot of tea that went into the water. Zamir, I am perfectly aware Scottish is British. I call myself British, even though I live in Scotland. So just chill.
And you guys put the letter U into words you shouldn't.
They kind of invented the words first.
You guys got lazy and took them out.
It's the other way around. You guys just added U's to words.
Actually, we did.
Because didn't America come up with the words first, and then England just
America came up with English, and we just copied you. All the place names. You came up with London. You came up with Glasgow and Dundee and Dublin, and we just copied you.
Why haven't you added a U to London yet?
You know what? We liked New York so much, we just called it York.
York.
Old York.
I thought you were going to say you liked it so much you named it twice.
That would have been a clever move, but yeah.
Yeah, all these U's. I would blame the Welsh, but they usually like adding a bunch of consonants to words, not necessarily vowels.
There you go. That's a place name.
Yeah, really.
Even we don't understand the Welsh. A lot of the Welsh don't understand the Welsh. And further north in Scotland, you go, no one understands them.
Are they like the redheaded stepchild of Scotland?
No, that's the Irish.
Oh, that's the Irish. Well, actually, a little on the nose.
Theory, we're the stepchildren of the Irish because we came over from Ireland way back in the day. As the comedian, what's his name now? I can't remember his name for the life of me. It just will not. Billy Connolly. There you go. He made a whole skit about it, saying, right, the Irish set out to find a new place to live, and they came up to Scotland. Oh, look, it rains and it's as cold as home. Excellent.
It works.
Hey, it works. It's a godforsaken windswept place.
Right, yeah. Well, I think if you're going to have villains, make it somebody that's in real life an ally. Just to poke fun.
Just to poke fun, yeah, absolutely. Just like how we always make the dumb guy the American.
Yeah, that's true. We have that coming. Yeah.
Well, we make the smart, evil guys with high taxes on tea British. So there, take that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, really.
It's all just the ban. It's all for banter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Has anyone else got any Star Trek or Orville news for us? Otherwise, we could call this an early night, a non-abrupt ending. Again, I should add.
No, that's ridiculous. we got at least 17 more minutes. A favorite episode of Star Trek, and you can only pick one. Ready, go.
Oh, favorite episode.
Both of your faces, you both went, oh.
I want it to be something from TNG, but I'm still, despite the fact that I still don't believe he's the best captain ever in the Pale Moonlight.
I was going to say that. I was going to say in the Pale Moonlight, but. Yeah. So if I had to not go with that because that was already picked, oh boy, I would probably say I'm pretty fond of Subspace Rhapsody.
Really?
And mute Jeff.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think I could ever rewatch it, at least not soon. But I enjoyed it. I appreciated what they were doing. But I don't know if it'd be my favorite episode that I can watch over and over and over again.
Yeah, I've never come so close to skipping an episode. I mean, the only episodes of TNG I will religiously skip is anything with Loxana Troy in it.
Right. Well,
because I just can't deal with her. And then Spock's brain.
Right. Exactly.
But Spock's brain is infinitely better than Rhapsody.
The problem is that there are so many good episodes of Trek that it's very difficult to name a favorite one. And you're right. My first reaction was to say in the Pale Moonlight. And that's not to say that there aren't episodes that were better or that can also be favorites. It's just, it's hard to pick, but there is something about in the Pale Moonlight that really jumps out at you.
That's terrible. Kind of jumps out at me saying, "Hello, I'm terrible."
No. In the
hey, if you like it, you like it.
It was in the Pale Moonlight. No, it was good. That's what I'm talking about. Because,
right. Okay, I was talking about Subspace Rhapsody.
I like the more
airlocked and forgotten.
the moral ambiguity of In the Pale Moonlight is what's so captivating.
Absolutely.
That you really have to see, okay, just what is it? What's it worth to you to save millions of lives and to save the Alpha Quadrant? What are you willing to give up for that? What are you willing to sacrifice? And
one Romulan ambassador and the self-respect of one Starfleet officer.
I'd call that a bargain.
That is a bargain. And when it all turns out how it turns out, that's exactly what Garrick was planning all along, wasn't it? I don't think he was really confident that recording would pass muster.
I think it was more of a, you always have a plan B. I believe he may well have thought that, yes, the recording will be fine. However, I've been doing this long enough to know that you need to be ready for a plan B, because if something were to go wrong, you need to be prepared for it. And there's a lot of things, I think, in our day-to-day lives or in our jobs that you're very confident that the thing you're about to do is going to work. However, you've been in it long enough to not be so naive as to not have an idea of what to do if it doesn't go well.
Yeah, and all the things that could go wrong.
So I don't think that his plan the entire time was to assassinate a Romulan senator. I think it was just it was the smart move. It was in case that doesn't work, we need to make sure that this guy dies and we can still pin it on the Dominion. And it all happened perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It all worked out.
Getting back to the moral ambiguity parts, I think the drumhead from TNG also is it's for me, it's a toss up between Pale Moonlight and the drumhead.
Okay.
But
I think I could get behind you on that.
Pale Moonlight just pips it.
I'm trying to think of the line from Drumhead that Picard said, something about, I don't have it word for word, something like, should we
when the first speech is censured, it binds as it forges a chain that binds us irrevocably, something like that. I actually recently quoted it because of the recent change in laws here in Scotland, where if I said something even in my own home that could possibly offend someone, I can go to jail for 7 years for it.
Oh wow!
What
in my own home? Yeah, it's gone completely draconian.
Wow. Whereas here in America, we use that to justify being able to do and say whatever we want. And
you can shoot somebody in your own house here.
If you don't let us do or say whatever we want anywhere, even if it's on an online forum, in public, whatever it is, the first thing people will do is start quoting that speech from the drumhead, not really understanding what it is they're saying or talking about. It's just become a talking point that was turned into if you try to censure anything that I want to say, then that is the path towards taking away people's rights.
Mm-hmm. They just changed the name. Now it's called cancel culture.
Right.
Yeah, I've got the whole monologue that he says in front of me, but the one that I quoted is with the first link. With the first link, the chain is forged. The first speech censured. The first thought forbidden. The first freedom denied. Changes all irrevocably. And I think that's quite perfect for what the new law basically is. It's basically it's protecting a very small subset of people. So the minority. So the majority again have to conform to fit with what the minority want.
Mm-hmm. What Karen got that pushed through?
Yeah, it's a bunch of unelected people.
It's probably a Romulan.
Yes, absolutely. It's the Romulans. Yep, definitely.
Bangs and everything.
Follow the money trail. Someone's got to be making money off of that. If it's anything like the U.S., someone's making money.
It did backfire because in the first 3 days, the Scottish police force got 6,000 reports, hate crime reports, and 4,000 of them were towards the First Minister, our version of your president. Because back in 2020, he did a decidedly anti-white speech in Parliament.
Gotcha.
So he got a bunch of complaints.
So he hurt a lot of feelings.
Backfired on him major. So yeah, nothing much is going to happen of it, but yeah, it's ridiculous.
JP, did you tell us your favorite Star Trek episode and I missed it? Or
yeah, you asked.
Oh God, there's so many. I guess I have to. And I'm sad that this was in season 2 because it would have belonged in any of the season 3 and beyond, which almost every episode's amazing.
Mhm.
Season 3 and beyond, but season 2, The Measure of a Man.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah. Okay. TNG. Yep. That's a good episode actually.
Yeah.
And
Does Data have rights?
Indeed. And I love how they made Riker have to go against him.
Yeah.
It's
Wasn't that a bitch?
And he had to do a good job.
Yep, he had to do it.
You're ordered to do a good job. He's like, damn it, I don't want to do a good job. That's my friend. Doesn't matter.
And I love that again. Picard's speech. You know, we were founded to find new life. Well, there it sits.
Yeah. Boom, right there. There it sits.
Yep. So like his line must be drawn here, kind of voice.
No bother.
I speaking of Picard and of course Patrick Stewart, I started listening to his memoir on Audible.
Yes.
I've been.
I just learned about that.
Yeah, I've been listening to audiobooks a lot more lately,
It's on Spotify as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He was talking about at one point. I'm still on the listening to the first chapter, but made mention about when TNG started that he was 46. 46 or 47, and I just that keeps hitting me because I'm the same age, and I try to imagine, okay, right now, me as the captain of the Enterprise on a Star Trek show at this age.
You're basically
Shatner
Picard.
was younger, you know. Of course, others were younger. I think the thing that throws me off so much is that yes, Patrick Stewart is playing a character that is older. Picard is about 9 years older than Patrick Stewart actually is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I've always only known Patrick Stewart as having the white hair, looked old, no hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep thinking I'm that age. I'm the age now that he was, but how can that be? I don't think I look old. I don't feel old.
You caught up to Picard.
Right.
That's not bad. You caught up to Picard. That's pretty good. But I remember people were worried. Star Trek's coming back with a new show, The Next Generation. An old man as a captain? That doesn't sound right. You know, they wanted that young, vivacious, what a strange word to apply to Captain Kirk. But yeah, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I remember seeing some clippings and stuff like that from. We think hating new Trek is a new thing. It's because
people hated TNG.
No. People were up in arms about TNG.
Yeah, I remember.
And it had the same level of hate as Discovery and Strange New Worlds and whatnot is getting. You just didn't have the internet back then, so it was limited to your
circle,
your social group in your area, and maybe a newsletter if you were subscribed to a newsletter at the time. But they got a lot of hate mail, all directed at Roddenberry, saying, "How dare you, destroy my childhood?" Things. But
my child was destroyed. It never happened. Now,
indeed, but look how it turned out.
Yeah.
Star Trek fans have hated on Star Trek ever since Star Trek was Star Trek. This isn't anything new.
Well. Yep.
Well, back in this day, they stopped. Back at this time, there was no new Star Wars for us to hate on. So we had to wait a while. We had to wait till what, 95, 96? So we started getting. So all we had was our own Star Trek to hate on, because we're supposed to just be hating on Star Wars, and that was it.
People hated TNG, they hated DS9, hated Voyager, hated Enterprise.
Oh, I remember the whole
Discovery.
thing with Enterprise.
Oh yeah,
all of it.
I've got a friend. Him and he and his dad just point blank refused to watch Enterprise.
Really?
Are you not even going to give it a try? Give it a go. You know, no.
Yeah, I remember people were hating on it months before it ever came out.
Yeah, and turned out to be a pretty good show, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a bit rough, but I loved the idea.
Yeah, it took a while to get into it because it was so different.
Yeah, I loved the idea that everything was bigger and badder than them.
Yeah.
And they had no prime directive. They had no rules. They were making it up as they went along.
Yeah, and they got jaded. I love how jaded Archer got by after the whole Xindi situation. He's like, you know what? Basically, everyone out here sucks, and I just want to be a captain and explore some stuff and say hi. But everyone sucks and everyone hates us. It was great. He had to get his groove back. Yep. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched Enterprise, sorry. But then again, it's 20 years since it went off air, so that's on you, not us. So
yeah, right,
right, yeah, exactly. It's
been a long time getting from here to there.
It's getting from there to here.
No, I'm reversing it. It's my own version. It's my own version.
And remove JP.
Yeah, remove and ban.
No,
what do you guys think of it?
That was actually quite good.
Well, what do you guys think of the NX class? I love the NX class.
I loved it. I thought it was fitted in quite well, you know. And I loved when Drexler had his Drex Files channel. I loved how he showed what he proposed as a refit for a potential season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because they planned to do 5 or 6 up to 7 seasons.
Yeah,
they were just told. I think they were told halfway through season 4, this is it.
Cut it off.
Les Moonves hates you.
It's done.
You're getting cancelled.
Yeah.
So which is why everything seemed a bit rushed at the end, you know, which I don't blame the production for.
Yeah, but everything was evolving throughout the seasons. Yeah. We're getting closer and closer to more modern tech, or not modern, but the technology that we're used to, the look of things that we're more used to. They were building towards it.
Yeah, and did you notice the color palette of the operating system changing ever so slightly through the series? It went from blues and stuff like that to the primary colors that you see in TOS.
Wow! No, I never even noticed that. I need to go back again and do another rewatch every 5-10 years. Do a rewatch. I remember I loved Enterprise. Well, it was weird for at least a few episodes. Then I started getting into it, and then by the end of this, actually, I think at the beginning of the second season, I was really excited to watch new episodes every week. And then I loved the whole Xindi thing. I loved where they were going, and then it was just gone.
Yeah.
So I went back and rewatched it. I don't know, it's probably been 5 years or so. I rewatched the whole thing, and I just fell in love with everything about it. The characters, the stories, what they were trying to go for. But I think it might be time to do that once again. Just got to get through Broken Bow. I do have a hard time watching Broken Bow. Yeah. I'm like, get out into space already. Show doesn't start until they get out into space.
But guys, I've got to run. I've got to
look at the time.
Podcast interview.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up.
Sorry to have to run and wrap. Yeah. So everyone, thank you for joining us for Axanar After Dark. I am Jefferson Kelly, along here with Alexander Richardson and JP, talking the Orville. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you at the next one.
Bye.
See ya.